Alright, welcome back. Now in today's video, we're going to go through the corrections for the worksheet that was done on this date. Now for the pupils of mine watching in 2023, this is for you to do your corrections. For anyone else watching this, I hope this will provide a good revision for you. Now let's get started. Now this is let's going through some of the conversion from percentages to fraction. Now, so this is 3%. And convert to a fraction, it is 3 over 100. Now we will check if we can simplify this. We cannot simplify this, so this is in the simplest form. Next one, 13%. So 13% is 13 over 100. Again, this is in the simplest form. It cannot be further simplified, so this is the answer. 25% is a fraction between 25 over 100. So we convert from percentage to a fraction, we always place the 100 below, and then this number is just the numerator. Now we check, the last digit here is 5 and 0. This tells me this number can be divisible by 5. Because for those who are better in mathematics, you can divide by 25 and 25 straight away to get the answer, which is 1/4. Right, for the rest of us, we will work on dividing by 5, and we will get 5. 100 divided by 5, we get 20. Let's check last digit, 5 and 0. Yes, we can further simplify by dividing by 5 to get 1. 20 divided by 5 to get 4. Now, next one, we have 85%. 85 will be the numerator. Denominator will be 100. Let's simplify this. Last digit is 5, so we can divide by 5, and here you will get 20. Divide by 5, you will get 17, and then this will be in the simplest form. Last digit is 7 and 0, we cannot simplify any further. Next question, express the fraction as a percentage. To express as a percentage, we also need to change the fraction to a form that looks like this, alright, with the denominator as 100. Then we can change it to a percent like that. So this one, 310, a common mistake would be to write this as 3%, which is wrong, alright. So 3% means 3 over 100, just like this one above. So for those who wrote down 3%, it's very strange because 3 over 100 is not 310. Let's change it to 100. To change it to 100, 10 actually times 10, right? So 3 times 10, you get 30. Since it's 30 over 100, this will be 30%. Now, let's change this again, the denominator to 100. We times 5, and you will get 100 below. Here, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 over 100 is 15%. The other one, let's convert the denominator into 100. 25 times 4, 3 times 4, you get 12 over 100. This will be 12%. Next one, you convert 50 to 100. 50 times 2, you get 100. 3 times 2, you get 6. This is 6%. So what you will revise in this question will be how to convert different numbers to 100. I've given you 4 numbers. Like to change 10 to 100, you times 10. To change 20 to 100, you times 5. To change 25 to 100, you times 4. To change 50 to 100, you times 2. Next question, let's change decimals to percentage. Same thing, you need to change this to a fraction. So 0.3 is actually 310. How do I know it's 10 and not 100? That is one decimal place. That tells me I just have 1 0. 310 looks just like this, right? So I know this is actually 30%. So I'll change this into 100 and 30. This is 30%. Change to a percentage. Next one, 0.4 is 410. Let's change this to 100 again. Change this to 40. And I'll have 40%. So a common mistake will be to think, oh, this is 4%, but it cannot be 4%, because 4% means it's 4 over 100. It's totally different from 4 over 10. It's different from 40 over 100, so this is wrong. 0.03 is 3 over 100. How do I know it's 100? I see 2 decimal places, so 2 zeros here. This will be 3%. And this one is 4 over 100. Why is it 100? I see 2 decimal places, so 2 zeros. It will be 4%. Next one, change these percentages into a decimal. So, okay, 5% means 5 over 100. And now we're going to move the decimal place. So 100, you see 2 zeros here. So I'm going to move this 1, 2. So now the decimal place is here. 0 is in these 2 spots. So in decimal, this will be 0.05. Now likewise, I change 22%. This means 22 over 100. The decimal for 22 starts at the back. I move 2 decimal places. 1, 2. So now the answer is 0.22. To change this to a decimal, let's change to a fraction first. Let's move the decimal to the left. 1, 2. And the answer is 0.18. The decimal place is now here. Last one, let's change 50%. So we move the decimal place. 1, 2. And now the answer will be 0.5. As I said, the 0 here, you don't have to write. There's no meaning to this final 0 in this spot. This is enough. Okay, let's go to the next page. Now, if you're using this video as a revision, very simply just pause the video here, read the question and try it on a piece of paper. You can use it at any time, before your mid-year, before your prelims, before your PSLE. Let's go. So, the usual price of a calculator is $25. Usual price would be 100%. That means before any discount, before any GST. That's the meaning of usual price. The school bookshop lady is very nice. She gives a 9% discount to any TKPS student who buys a calculator from her. Oh, great. So how much is the actual discount? When I ask you for how much, they're asking you for the answer in dollars. So let's check. So if 100% means it's $25. So what is 9%? Now, one way of doing it is this. Go to 1% first. That means 25 over 100, which is equal to 1/4. So 9% will be 9 times 1/4. And then you will get your 9 over 4, which is 2 and 1/4, or $2.25. And that will be your 9%. This is for A. And then, how much does the calculator cost after discount? Now let's go to B. After discount, so usual price is $25. Subtract away the discount, which is $2.25. You only pay $22.75. Answer for A is $2.25. For B, it will be $22.75. Now, for those in my class, you'll be thinking, this is not how Miss Long usually does it. No, I do not. Another way to do this is simply this. 9%, right, is always of the usual price. So, I'm going to do another method now for A. So, 9% of 25. That means 9 over 100 times 25. This will give you the same thing again. So let's do 25 times 9. 25 times 9, 5 times 9, 45. 2 times 9, 18. 18 plus 4, 22. So I get 225. I don't forget the denominator. Divide by 100. Once I get this, I move the decimal place. 1, 2. So I get 2.25. You see? Exactly the same number. But we do it in different ways. Personally, I think that if you have no calculator to use, this way is easier because once you get the numerator on top, you just need to move the decimal place because this number is below is 100, right? Just move it twice to get the number here. If you have no calculator, you're doing it this way. You got to do your 9 divided by 4, like this. 4 times 2, 8. Then add a decimal. 4 times 2, 8. Add a decimal. Yeah, you got to do this to get your 2.25, which I think is a little bit more troublesome. Either way is fine, depends on which one you're more comfortable with. Next, let's go to school bag. A school bag costs $45 before GST. GST means you got to pay more, right? And the cost this before GST means the usual price is $45. GST is 7%. 7% of what? It's always 7% of the usual price. So let's do part A. Yeah? So how much is the GST in dollars? So 7% is 7 over 100 times the usual price 45. So let's work this out. 45 times 7. 5 times 7, 35. 4 times 7, 28 plus 3, 31. I get 315. Don't forget the denominator. Divide by 100. Then divide by 100, let's move the decimal place. 1, 2. So it's $3.15. Don't forget the units. So the GST is $3.15. How much does the bag cost after including the GST? So usual price is 45 plus the GST is $3.15. So the final price will be $48.15. Sorry, $48.15. Now for those who make mistake in adding here, what happened was this. Alright, you cannot add like this. This is a mistake. Some of you added like this, okay? Now this is a whole number, it's not a decimal. So should you add this? Your 45, the decimal point is here. So you add your $3.15, it's like this. The cents add the cents. The cents add to the cents. Dollar add to the dollar. There's no dollar here, right? So one way to think about it is the decimal must line up like this in a straight line. Then you get your $48.15. If you just do this, you get a very weird number, which doesn't make sense. Okay, how can adding $45 to a number, you get only $3, right? It doesn't make mathematical sense at all. Now, next one. Mr. Ahmad saved $1,000 in POSB Bank. He get a 2% interest if he keeps the money in this bank for 1 year. Okay, now interest is what the bank pays you. So how much interest will he get? It's 2% of this. So let's do part A. 2% of 1,000. Now 2% is 2 over 100. Now for those who are writing this statement, you must write the percent. This is very different from 2 times 1,000. Very different. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. And 2,000 is not what we are getting here. 2% means 2 over 100 times 1,000. You will get 2,000 as a numerator, but there is also a denominator of 100. For you to divide, move the decimal 1, 2 to get $20. So the interest is $20. Now part B is how much will Mr. Ahmad have in total after 1 year? So after 1 year, he will get back his $1,000 plus the $20 in interest. And that will be $1,020. $1,020. Okay, next page. Finishing up, just 2 more pages. There are 2,500 pupils at the bazaar. 1,200 were children and the rest were adults. So basically, there are lots of people. Some people are adults. Some people are children, right? Basically, This is how you divide people into two big groups. Now they are telling us at the bazaar there are 2,500 people. Now there were some children, 1,200 children. So people here, 2,500, children, 1,200. So how many adults? You subtract these two, you get 1,300 adults. Now, we don't care about this first. We just need to look at the question. It asks us, what percent of the people at the bazaar were children? So children is this number. So for question A, let's think about fraction first. Okay, what fraction of the people were children? Fraction will be the children part over the total number of people. So children will be 1,200 over total is 2,500. So this is the fraction of the people there. Their children is 1,200 over 2,500. And we simplify this to 12 over 25. How to simplify? I just divide by 100. Divide by 100, I cancel with 0. I see 0, I cancel 0. I see 0, I cancel 0. I'm left with 12 over 25. Now I change this to a percent, which is very simple. I times 4 times 4. Remember our earlier question where we were practicing this, changing from a fraction to a percentage? I asked you to change 25 to 100, you times 4. Numerator also times 4. Same things here. 25 times 4, you will get 100. 12 times 4, you get 48. And of course, this is just 48%. So A is 48% of the people there are children. Let's go to B now. What percent of the people there were adults? So now look for adults. Percent of the people, the total number of people. Now adults will be this number, 2005 minus 1002. I'll get my 1300 people are adults, and I divide by this. But personally, I will not do this way, because this one takes a lot of time. I want to be lazy. So all the people there is 100%. See, all the people is 100%. We find that the children there is 48%. To get adults, I just minus 48%. I get my percentage of the adults is 52. So total minus children is adults, 52%. So yes, you can do this, but I wouldn't because it takes extra effort, extra time. Now Celeste spends 15% of her pocket money on a metal ruler, 35% on a mechanical pencil. So think of this, all her money is 100%. Okay, it's all her money. She spent 15% on a metal ruler. Then she spent 25% on a mechanical pencil. So what is the amount of money she has left? Here is what she will save. So how do you do such a question? Very simple. All her money, 100%, subtract away that 15%, subtract away that 25%, and get what is left, which is what she will save, and that is 60%. And that's how you do part A. Now part D says, what fraction of her money did she spend on a mechanical pencil? So mechanical pencil is at 25% on mechanical pencil, right? And that is 25% of the total. Okay, so we just know answer is 25%. But I need to change it to a fraction. Very simple, right? Change to a fraction. 25 over 100. That's why we practiced this earlier. Changing from percentage to fraction. Percentage to fraction. We have already done it in question 1, part C. Of course, this is not in the simplest form. You always want to change your fraction to a simplest form. I divide by 5. I get 5 over 20. Divide by 5. I'll get 1/4. And this is the answer. Fraction of the money that was spent on mechanical pencil. It is at 1/4. Last page now, final 2 questions. Sorry, final four questions. Now let's practice some average. Now the table shows the volume of water in some water bottles. How many water bottles? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 water bottles. Find the average volume of water in the water bottle. Now to find the average, we need to find out the total and divide by the number of bottles. So what is given to us? We're given the number of bottles is 4. But we're not given a total, right? So step 1, find total. So total will be 100 plus 120 plus 180 plus 80. Total here will be, this will give me 300, 400, 480 ml. Don't forget the units, so that's for the first part, total. Now, second part, find average. So the average will be the total divided by the number of bottles, which is 4 bottles. You get 1120 ml. So answer is this is the average amount of water in each bottle. Number 12, again find average. This is different. Average is given. Average is total over the number of items. Now average volume of in 6 bottles is 1020. So you know average is given. Number of bottles is given. We're supposed to find total. In other words here, total will be equal to the average times the number. Average is 1020 times number of bottles is 6. So I'll get 6120. Units is ml, milliliters. And this is the answer. Shastri earned a total of $540 for working a few days. The average amount, my spelling mistake, my bad. Follow what Shastri said, my bad. The average amount he earns in a day was $45. So average is total over number. So total is given, this is given, 540. The average amount he earns in a day is this, average is given. So it's supposed to find how many days he worked. So to find number of days, I use the total amount he earns in all the days, divide by the average amount he earns. And when I divide by this, I simplify. Divide by 5, I get 9. Divide by 5, 108 over 9. That will be 12 days. 100 is 12, 9 times 12 is 108. Now, next. The girls' soccer team won a total of 54 medals. So I know total is 54. So I know total I have 54. Winning matches for some years. I don't know how many years. So I don't know how many years. The average number of medals awarded for 1 year is 9. So I know the average is 9. How many years did the school collect the medals? So I know that the number of years, right? The number of years will be total is 54 divided by average number of medals is 9. That will be 6 years. 6 years. Alright, and that ends the lesson. I hope you can use this to benefit yourself. Take care, all the best.